Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering unboxing. So today we're going to take a look at the Zendikar Rising bundle, which is somewhat delayed due to supply issues, but I've finally got my hands on one of these. So let's get down to it and have a look and see what's inside, see what pulls we get, and talk a little bit about the set. I've deliberately again not looked at the set much. I think I had a quick peek on MTG Wiki, but apart from that I'm just pretty much opening this with little prior knowledge, apart from obviously knowledge of the original Zendikars. So I don't think this has really changed much. We have alternative art premium for, in this case it's Chorix the Raging Isle, 20 premium foil and 20 regular basic lands, 10-15 card Zendikar Rising draft boosters, 2 reference cards, Zendikar Rising card box, which is what this turns into, and these oversized spin down knife counters. Now the player's guide encyclopedia is long gone. Was removed several bundles ago. Sadly. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't look anything much has changed here. We've got the usual spacer. Which is now you can do something useful with. Discover the secrets of Zendikar. A foil in every pack, up to 4 rares. Oh, these are the set boosters. Okay, so that's another product to think about. So there are now set boosters designed for people that want to just crack packs. Whereas, from what I understand, the boosters in here are just regular draft boosters. I like to keep it consistent. And as I mentioned before, what I did here is I just undid the outer packaging. It's just stuck together with that sort of jelly-like glue. And then you can see inside of this there's a piece of artwork. This has been a thing for a long time in these particular product lines. Okay. A bit we've all been waiting for. So here's our oversized spin down. You can sort of see that the set symbol is a riff on an earlier Zendikar World Wake set symbols. We'll put those to one side for a moment. So just a couple of cards here to do with turn order, or what happens on a turn, and the formats, and a little bit about how to cast spells and attacking and blocking. Let me just zoom that in a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so again, 2 land packs. One foil pack with the foil card on here, which is Chorix the Raging Isle. Let's get that in a good position. So Chorix the Raging Isle, 2 blue legendary creature, Leviathan Crab. It's a 0/17. Spells your opponent's cast that target Chorix the Raging Isle costs 2 more to cast. 3 Churix gets plus X minus X until end of turn, where X is the number of islands you control. What we'll do is we will flip through these so you can get those of you like me that appreciate the land. I've had questions about doing land videos come up quite a few times now, and I'm definitely thinking about doing something in December to do with different land artwork. I have to decide what form that takes. So as is usual with these packs, you get these feel really thick. Like the foiling on here, yeah, it's odd. I mean, in a good way. Maybe they're trying to do something about the bowing that you used to get with foils. But yeah, it's almost like there's a whole layer of a very thin plastic on there. Oops. So we've got one of each of, at least one of each of these pieces of artwork here. There's also that sort of marbling effect on the where the rules text would be on a normal magic card, which tends to pop when you've got them foiled. Or at least it is from the angle that I'm sort of sitting at here. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can see that on camera. And pack fresh foils are very slippery as well. Is there actually any there? Oh yeah, there is. Okay, maybe not. Is that another lazy set where there's no... Oh, come on, wizards. There you go. Maybe I should have looked at those before I went through them. Let's have a look now. See the unfoiled one. Maybe it's just with the foils. They've only got one piece of artwork. We'll soon find out. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. Not much to see here, unfortunately, because it's the same artwork repeated. Oh well. Okay, so that's the land out the way. Right, first pack, let's see what we've got. We're obviously going to see echoes in here of previous Zendikar sets. I believe there's themes and abilities, that sort of thing, which are in this set, which would have been in earlier Zendikars. Oh, there's one, Kicker. Okay, so Into the Royal is in here. So white and a blue, it's a Kicker. This is the commons first base. We've got a Kicker on here. I'm just going to go through this because if you're not familiar with Kicker. So Kicker, 1 and a blue, you may pay an additional 1 and a blue as you cast this spell. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If this spell was kicked, draw a card. So you'll find that with the Kicker cost. If you pay the Kicker cost, you get something extra. Angel Heart Protector. Synchronized Spellcraft. And you'll notice in here there's a a reference to something called party. So again, first time we've seen this, so we'll take a look at this one. Synchronized spellcraft, 4 and a red. Instant. Synchronized spellcraft deals 4 damage to target creature and X damage to that creature's controller, where X is the number of creatures in your party. Your party consists of up to 1 each of cleric, rogue, warrior and wizard. Tazim Royal Mage, another one with kicker on it. Blood Beckoning, another kicker. Broken Wings, way of destroying target artifact, enchantment or creature with flying. Feed the Swarm, destroy target creature or enchantment. At the cost of losing life. Expedition Diviner, one cares about wizards. Nissa's Zendikar, so that will enchant a land. Uncommons we're moving on to now. We've got base camps. This is a landed uncommon. Base camp enters the battlefield tapped. Tap, add colourless. Tap, add 1 mana of any colour. Spend this mana only to cast cleric, rogue, warrior or wizard spell, or to activate an ability of a cleric, rogue, warrior or wizard. Concerted effort. Another reference to party in here. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is a type of card which this specific type of card we wouldn't have seen before prior to this set. It is a double-faced card, but with a difference from other ones you may have seen. So this is Bein Veil. 1 and a blue, instant. Creatures your opponents control get +2, -0 until end of turn. And on the other side is Bein Coast, which is a land. Bein Coast enters the battlefield tapped, tap, add blue. Now these aren't flip cards like we've seen before in Magic. What this is this is actually a modal two-sided, two-faced card. So what happens is when you play this, you get to choose which mode you want to play. The Bein Veil, which is 1 in the blue, or play as a land. And that's it. Once you do that, that's done. There's no flipping, anything like that. It's a decision you make when you play the card. Roiling Vortex. We have a foil in here, Might of Marasa. It's 1 in the green with kicker on it. Oh, sorry. the Roiling Vortex was our rare. So let me just read that out. 1 in a red enchantment. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, Roiling Vortex deals 1 damage to them. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast that spell, Roiling Vortex deals 5 damage to that player. Single red, your opponents can't gain life this turn. And then we've got a full art island. So full art lands are a thing in this set, and they're present in the boosters. They're not in those land packs. And then this, which is so obviously one of the problems when you're playing any two-faced cards in a deck is how do you deal with that when you're shuffling the deck, so you can't see the card. People can't see the card, you can't see the card. So this is how it's done. We'll probably see quite a few of these scattered throughout boosters. And obviously you put the names of the cards on here as a reminder, and then you can put that in your deck, and then when you come to actually have to interact with the card for real, playing it, you can substitute that substitute that card for this. Right, moving on. So opening, I like this sort of thing where, so what impressions do we get from that first pack? So obviously we can see that tribal is a thing. There's certain tribes there, wizards and such like. Kicker is a thing, caring about lands, that sort of stuff. Party, ability called Party. So we've got Fissure Wizard as our first common. Tazim Royal Mage, another one of those. Expedition Healer, which has Vigilance on it. Mind Drain. Adventure Awaits. Tajuri Snarecaster, which has Reach on it. Deadly Alliance. Seagate Banneret. Scale the Heights. Cleric of Chill Depths. Thundering Spark Mage. Moving on to our uncommons. Kite Cell Cleric. So I wonder, seemingly we would get one of these two-face cards in every pack. So this one is Umara Wizard, 4 and a blue, creature merfolk wizard. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery or wizard spell, Umara Wizard gains flying until end of turn. It's 4/3. And on the flip side, we have Umara Skyfalls. That's a land. Umara Skyfalls enters the battlefield tapped, add blue. As far as I remember, I think there's always land on the other side of these. Luminite Aspirant is our rare, so 1 and a white creature human cleric. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. And we have a Plains Full Art and a plant token. Keep our eye out for that elusive mythic. We've had a foil already. Okay, first up, Farsight Adept. Fissure Wizard. Cascade Seer. It's got Scry on it. And Party. Hagra Constrictor. Reclaim the Wastes. Also got Kicker. Tajura Snarecaster. Deadly Alliance. Clerics, Rogues, Wizards and Warriors. Seagate Banneret. Scale the Heights. Cleric of Chill Depths. Starting to get a lot of repeats already. Okay. Oh wow, that's pretty nice. So we have a Fearless Fledgling, 1 and a white creature griffin with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Fearless Fledgling. It gains flying until end of turn. Nice artwork there. We'll have to see if we pull one with the regular artwork. Vine Gecko. Cares about kick spells. Skyclave Cleric is our two-sided card, so it's Skyclave Cleric on one side, so you get to choose, do you want to play that, or do you want to play Skyclave Basilica? You can see the lands looks pretty much the same. They enter the battlefield tapped, and you add appropriate colour. We have an Ooze, Oran Reef Ooze, 2 and a white. 2 and a green. Creature Ooze. 2/2. When Oran Reef Ooze enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever Oran Reef Ooze attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each attacking creature with a +1/+1 counter on it. We've got a full art forest and another one of those replacement cards, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Pyroclastic Helion, Shell Shield, Tazim Raptor, Sneaking Guide, Blood Beckoning, Broken Wings, Prowling Felidar, I think that is. It's got landfall on it. Nissa's Zendikar, okay. Expedition Diviner, Umara Mystic, uncommon. So with these, often if you get like 2 colour cards like this in a booster, it's often a draft indicator. If you're drafting, gives you an idea of a theme you could go with in blue-red. So 1 blue-red creature, Merfolk Wizard, flying. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery or wizard spell, Umara gets +2/+0 until end of turn. It's 1/3. No surprise there. You seem to find with these blue-red cards, multicoloured cards, they care about instants and sorceries. In this case, or wizards. Blood Chief's Thirst. Oh, the other note on that is, yes, the tribal themes, as in the the wizards and such like, clerics as well, and the other 2, which I've already forgotten. They map to certain colours in certain ways. There's like a primary colour map and like some secondary ones, and then there's one particular colour which they don't appear in at all, I believe. Blood Chief's Thirst, Shatter Skull Minotaur. There we go. Clerics, Rogues, Warriors and Wizards. So they're the 4 tribal groups. Agadeem's Awakening. So we have a mythic here. X and 3 black sorcery. Return from your graveyard to the battlefield any number of target creature cards that each have a different converted mana cost. Now this is interesting. Not only is this a mythic, it's also one of these 2-sided ones. So we've got Agadeem the Undercrypt is a land. As Agadeem the Undercrypt enters the battlefield, you may pay 3 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped, tap for black. And also we have another 2-sided in foil. So we've got Solundi Vision, 2 and a blue. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant or sorcery card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library and in a random order. And then on the other side, Solundi Isle. And it's about for tap, tap, add blue, and full art land. Oh, and a welcome to Magic the Gathering Arena card. Expedition Healer. Tormenting Voice is in here. Shell Shield. Practice Tactics. Marauding Blight Priest, I believe that is, yeah. Tajari Blight Blade. Prowling Felidar. I think we've seen a regular version of this, maybe. 3 and a white creature cat beast with vigilance and landfall. It's a 2/3. Oh, there's 2 in here in this style. It's got a canopy bailiff. 3 and a green with landfall. It's a 4/3. Tuck Tuck Rubble Fort. Another base camp. A ruin crab with landfall. So moving on to our uncommons. So our two-sided card or two-faced card, vast wood fortifications on one side for a single green, and on the flip side we have vast wood thicket. Another mythic, lithoform engine. Okay, 4 to cast. This is a legendary artifact. 2 tap, copy target activated or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. 3 tap, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. 4 tap, copy target permanent spell you control. The copy becomes a token. And we have a foil turn timber aesthetic. 4 and a green, full art swamp, and another one of those replacement cards. So that's interesting. I've had 2 mythics so far, and I'm trying to remember. I wonder if this is a set where there's a foil in every pack or not. Zulaport Duelist, Misa Lynx, Hagra Constrictor, Reclaim the Wastes, Expedition Champion, Spare Supplies, 2 to cast, artifact, spare supplies into the battlefield tapped. When spare supplies into the battlefield, draw a card. 2 and a tap, sacrifice spare supplies, draw a card. Guild Draz Mucklord, Murasa Brute. It's a vanilla 3/3 for 3 and a green. Nimana Skydancer, Cunning Geyser Mage, I think that is. There's a kicker on it. Got a Ruin Crab in this sort of alternate art and alternate frame look. Cleric of Life's Bond. So this is uncommon. It's another one of these draft indicators. White, black, 2/2, creature vampire, cleric. Whenever another cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Cleric of Life's Bond. Okay, our 2-faced card. Songman Treachery on one side, 3 and 2 red, sorcery, and Songmad Ruins, which is the land in red. Okay, this is interesting. We seem to have Mythic City here. This is, unless my eyes are deceiving me, and maybe that is, no, that's definitely reddish colour. That's the 3rd mythic. Okay, Skyline Tyrant, 2 and 2 red, creature dragon with flying. It's a 4/4. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. Okay. When Leyline Tyrant dies, you may pay any amount of red. When you do, it deals that much damage to any target. We've got an island and a cat token. A very cool cat token, actually. Imagine that in foil. So clearly something is generating cat tokens. Oops. Okay. Pyroclastic Helion. Seafloor Stalker, Oblivion's Hunger, Dauntless Survivor, Expedition Champion, Spare Supplies. So again, we're starting to see more repeats here as we get deeper into these packs. Goldra's Mucklord, Murasa Brute, Nimana Skydancer. Moving on to uncommons in a moment. Cunning Geisha Mage. Yep, it's our first uncommon. Core Blade Master. It's got double strike, and equipped warriors you control have double strike. Taunting Arbor Mage. Two-face card here, so clearly there's a two-face card in every pack. P.E.K.K.A. Predation into, flipped, not flipped, but on the other side is P.E.K.K.A. Caverns. Let's say that, P.E.K.K.A. Caverns, yeah. Okay, now we have a legendary rare here, is Kaza Royal Chaser. Blue-red, legendary creature, human wizard. It's 1/2, flying haste, tap. The next instant or sorcery spell you cast this turn costs X less to cast, where X is the number of wizards you control as this ability resolves. Got Plains Full Art, another replacement card. Yeah, so with the presence of those two-face cards in every pack, yeah, we're going to see lots of those replacements. Molten Blast, Seafloor Stalker, a Resolute Strike, Marauding Blight Priest, Tajuru Blade Light, Oblivion's Hunger, Spitfire Legak, Nahiri's Binding, Skyclave Squid, Tucked Up Rubble Fort, Umara Mystic. I think we've seen this one before. Blood Chief's Thirst. It's got a kicker on it. Skyclave Geopede. So we have another two-face card, rare, or a rarity. Crag Crown Pathway. Tap to add red, and so this is a land on each side, and Timber Crown Pathway for green. So yeah, so again with this interesting way of dealing with dual lands. So you basically, when you play this, you pick one side or the other, and that's it. But when I first saw these, actually, I initially a while back, I was made aware of these. I can't remember how, and I thought that's quite a neat way of doing dual lands without doing dual lands, if you know what I mean. Forest and a copy token. Interesting. So something is making copies. Okay, Tazim Raptor, Ardent Electromancer, Negate is in the set. I've not seen much equipment. Blood Price, Jiraga Visionary, Glacial Grasp. Saying that, here we go. Utility Knife. 1 to cast. When Utility Knife enters the battlefield, attach it to a target creature you control. I think that's a thing in the set, actually. So in this set with equipment, when it actually enters the battlefield, you can attach it straight away. There's no, it just comes in and you can attach it. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Equipped for 3. Attached to a target creature you control. Equip only as a sorcery. So that's if you want to attach it to something else. Now here is binding. Dreadworm. It's got landfall on it. Scion of the Swarm. Creature vampire cleric. Skyclave Geopede in that alt art. A Coon Warrior is our 2-face card. Trample, and then I'm not surprised. Oh look, a land. Coon Teeth. Our rare is Null Priest of Oblivion. 1 and a black creature creature vampire cleric. Kicker 3 and a black, menace and lifelink. It's a 2/1. When Null Priest of Oblivion enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And also, we have a foil rare, 2-face card, 6 and 2 white, sorcery, destroy all non-land permanents, or we can play it as a land. Undo Sky Ruins, enter the battlefield, tap for white. That's pretty cool foil. It's a mountain, full art. Another replacement card. Okay, last pack. Well, it's been a pretty interesting box. The foil count seems to be through the roof. I don't know, again, I'm not sure if that's a thing. We've got 2-face cards in every pack, which I was sort of expecting. And there's a high mythic count in this box as well, but I'm not sure whether they've played around with the probability on that or not. Teeter Peak Ambusher. Zullaport Duelist. Ghastly Gloom Hunter. Dauntless Survivor. Skyclave Sentinel, which is an artifact creature, Gargoyle. Vanquish the Weak. Risen Riptide. Sizzling Barrage. Dauntless Unity. Highborn Vampire. Looks like we're seeing a few cards we haven't seen yet, actually. Core Blade Master. So moving on to our uncommons. So definitely cares about equipment. Equipped warriors you control have double strike. We may have seen that one before. Taunting Arbor Mage. A Coon Warrior on one side, a Coon Teeth on the other. And our rare is Skyclave Apparition. So 1 and 2 white creature core spirit. When Skyclave Apparition enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-land token permanent you don't control with converted mana cost 4 or less. When Skyclave Apparition leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates an XX blue illusion creature token where X is the converted mana cost of the exiled card. And we have a swamp and a construct token. Okay, so there we have it. Some pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, that's all the boosters. So we got tribal stuff going on, that party mechanic. You can see their equipment as well comes in and attaches itself straight away. We've got the 2-face cards, and using that as a way of doing dual lands actually is very interesting. And with these particular packs, there was a high percentage of mythics, foils particularly. We even had, I think, foil mythic. And I don't know what if anybody knows, I'll be interested if there's like a probability of pulling those sort of alternate art cards. But yeah, I enjoyed that for lots of different reasons. I have no idea whether I pulled anything super expensive. Again, when I'm doing it like this, the fun is actually the fact that I've not really looked at the set. And since I must admit, since I've started doing that again, right, I've been doing it for quite a few boxes now, it does make it super interesting. Because you're literally just seeing cards as they come out of the box, and there's nothing quite like that, I think. But also the other thing, of course, I would have Zendikar into World Wake, I suppose, was when I picked up on Magic again. And so there's a lot of stuff in here that bring there's a lot of nostalgic stuff. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.